don't create the model. I hope you didn't build it, because it won't work. Okay, I left a safety feature. It's hidden there somewhere. So if you build the model, you can throw it to the trash, because it's not going to work. Okay? Now, we are going to take a step back and go back to our Arduino Arduino UNO Q. Now I'm going to dash through these. And yeah, so we want to deploy our model to the EchoGlow so that we can make it a nice lamp. But first, we got to get the hardware ready. Okay? So we are going to work a little bit on the hardware. Now, you updated your boards, so they all are up to date, but what you may not have is the brick for this project. So please go to your app lab and tell me if you see this brick. Now, if I go to my app lab, I don't find it. I don't have it. So my device wouldn't work with it. This is the one you should have. UNO Q EchoGlow. This is a pre-packaged set of instructions. It's the whole enchilada. With AppLab, let's go to one example. Oh, I don't have an example here. Let's go to a simple one. Are you guys familiar with Arduino IDE? Okay, you have sketches, you have libraries, that's it. Now, with this AppLab, you have quite a few more things. Each app that you build, you have your traditional sketch. This doesn't change. You know, this is the sketch for a blink LED. You can run this if you want. You also have Python, nice interesting addition to connect to Linux in your computer. And then you have the bricks, which, as I mentioned, are the pre-packaged apps. Okay? Now, one thing to take into consideration is that the existing examples, you cannot modify them. You can run them as they are, but they will do very little other than just that set of instructions, right? So if you want to modify them somehow, you have to copy and edit. So if you have this sketch of a blink LED and you want to modify the code, can do, okay? We have to copy and edit app. Now, when you copy it, I recommend, just for your libraries, for the sake of your keeping your work, your folders tidy and not confusing this, to change the name beyond copy of blink LED. Okay, that can create some confusion. So go for blink LED, initials, you name it. But don't just leave it at copy. Okay? So I just created a new brick. And this one I can modify. Okay? So this is where I would go and mess with the code. Ruin the code. Examples are what you see. My apps is where you would find eventually your own UNO Q EchoGlow. Now this one, we're going to pull it from a repository. Okay? Good thing is, as I mentioned, we already have it for you. So let's follow these steps, please. Number one, please Google Qualcomm Arduino Edge WS 2026 public. And when you Google that, you will find this repository, this GitHub. Okay? Are we all there? So I'm going to do this. Qualcomm Arduino Edge WS. Right? Boom. Click on the GitHub, please. And well, I already have it here. And this is the project repository on the software side of things. Software and hardware. Now, this set of instructions is for those of you who cannot see this. Can you raise your hand if you see this brick in your... Okay, I see a few hands. Okay, you see this one. And those of you that do not see it, raise your hand if you don't see it. All right, great. So let's go to Electronic Arts, repository, Qualcomm Arduino Edge. Now that we're here, we are going to run this Linux command on your UNO Q. And to do that, we'll go here to the shell. Can you see it? Bottom left, connect to the board shell. So this is going to communicate to, well, it's going to connect to Linux, I should say. So click on this, and then you're going to take all these. This should go on a sequence. Go line by line, okay? Don't do everything at the same time. Now, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Linux. I am not. Whoops, sorry. So one of the things that for me is a bit difficult, copy-paste, is just right-click, okay? So keep that in mind. So if you're not familiar with Linux, please take a look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going back to my terminal. And then what do? Right-click. Boom. Those guys at Linux are smart. Then I'm cloning. Well, I'm sorry, I'm pulling that. Then now, I'm not too familiar, as I mentioned, with Linux.
It's done.
It's done. OK, cool. I can move to the next. All right. That should be done as well. OK, and this is where the real deal happens. This is where, OK. OK, now you're going to see this. If you get 7 out of 7, you're good. If you don't get that, you'll have to redo it, okay? So all checks passed, 7 out of 7. Good. Now I just need to reboot. And to reboot, boom, sudo reboot. I'm telling you, Linux is not for me. I know. Whoops, what happened? I'm sorry. All right. Now, sudo reboot, what it does is it reboots your board. We noticed that it works best if right after you did this, you unplug your board, especially with Windows, but sometimes with Mac too. So I recommend you to unplug your board, close your terminal, close your app lab for good measure. It's just,
You shouldn't have to do that.
you shouldn't have to do that, but it's just a, like a safe
Do you reboot
process.
it 3 times?
No, it's 2. Okay, then I plug it again. This is like the safe way of doing it.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Bypassed. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Rami, for saving the day. Now you can see I have my UNO Q EchoGlow, and I pulled it from the GitHub in real time. Okay? So I click on it, and for those of you who code, read code, find all of that, can read code and see how things are moving, then you will find a lot of interesting things here. This is the code that we created, and among other things, you will find some old suspects, right? So that's why it's important that your labels were what we planned at the beginning, okay? Because that's what the Python script calls. Okay, but this is just one part of the equation. So let's copy and edit the app. Now you can call it UNO Q EchoGlow. I don't know, your name? GS. Your initials, yes, GS. Now this is the one you're going to be able to work at. If we go back to the examples, you see the examples here, and as I mentioned, you can see them, but you can't edit them. Now your copy will be under my apps. Are we there? Cool. Now this one, yes, you can change a lot of things. And this is where the magic begins. We go to keyword spotting. Keyword spotting, AI models. Oh, by the way, let's pause for a second. Go to your browser and go to the Edge Impulse website. Make sure your what's it called? Account is logged on. Okay? Then go to arduino.cc, make sure your account is logged on. Okay? And now close the tabs with both of those, with both Arduino and Edge Impulse. Okay? Don't leave them open. Now, you see there is a keyword spotting here, but this is not the one we're going to use. We modified it with Edge Impulse, but we haven't built it yet. So are we all here in this stage, at this stage? Okay, now we can go back to build. Okay? Remember I told you I left a safety feature here? Well, the safety feature is you also have to select your target device. So if you built your model, it likely didn't have Arduino UNO. It maybe had something else. So go to deployment, under deployment, top right corner, target, and then go to Arduino UNO Q, Qualcomm chip. Okay? Cool. Now, check this out. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I like to do. You can do it your own way. When you click on build, it is going to create the output. It's going to wrap it in a nice box that fits your Arduino UNO Q. Let's wait for it for a second. Now this is provided that you all that you created your training models, right? And everything worked well, and you have dimmer, lighter, etc.
This will generally take a couple of minutes to run. It's not too long, though. I think my biggest concern is if all 50 people click at the exact same time.
Yes. Yes. All right, so this is where I would like to stop for a second. See how we created this EIM file. Now, I like to save it, just in case I need it. So if you want, save it to, create a new folder. That's your model. And after saving it, you can go directly to Arduino. And then it's going to do a series of hops. It's going to hop back and forth from Arduino to Edge AI, back to Arduino, back to, sorry, not Edge AI, Edge Impulse, etc. And then after like 3 or 4 hops, it's going to go back. So let's go to Arduino. Open Arduino App Lab. Now it opened it. And then you go to Train New Model. Connect to Edge Impulse Studio. This is when it comes in handy having closed your Edge Impulse tabs, because you will find right away where it is. And then it sends you back to Open Arduino.
And what you're doing is authenticating, really, is what it is.
And then it starts to train your AI model. Now, I lost track of which one's the good one. I think mine is EchoGlow 2.
Yep.
Now, the important thing is that it says keyword spotting here. So when we go back here, this is good. You now see on keyword spotting, not just keyword spotting, hey Arduino, but my 2 Impulse projects that I created.
So those are the 2 that you've fully trained.
Exactly, yes.
The other ones that not all of the steps were completed, they won't appear.
These others that don't show, like EchoGlow 3, you can see the tag says audio. So it doesn't show here. It only shows when it says keyword spotting. Okay? So give you a second to go through this. As I said, it's a bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything about these?
No, you've covered it all. There's nothing for me to add.
You're too nice. You're too nice.
We definitely do need to do a better job on that authentication back and forth bit.
I see a hand raised. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Have you guys reached this point? Not yet? Or
Not yet.
no, and I hit dead end?
Okay. Do you have
What's that?
the brick in here? Did the Git command?
You could push the button, but it doesn't. Okay, so if it doesn't show here,
So that one is not
what
the
I
one
would
we want,
recommend
so we
is
need
to go again
skip
over
our
the
steps.
entire cycle of train a new AI model.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, actually, let's do it from the top. Begin with brick configuration. It opens a second window. And then here, train AI model. Now, I have all my credentials there already, so it's not going to show those pop-ups. But just go over that cycle of train new AI model and, whoops. And brick configuration. Again, this can be a bit tricky, not too much. The thing that you have to be certain about is that you get the keyword spotting tag that you did not create. Remember that I said that if you wrote it here, wrote it down, meant nothing? Well, this has to be automatic. And the only way to get it automatic is with audio MFE and then transfer learning keyword spotting. If you didn't do this, if you didn't follow this procedure, you can just recreate your impulse. So you should see, if you don't see it, but you're sure that you did everything okay, maybe one thing you could try is to close and open AppLab, and then go to examples, see if you have it there, then go to my apps. Don't create a copy, just go back to my apps, see if you can spot it, and then go again to keyword spotting. AI models, and then this is where it should pop up automatically once you have all your credentials in place. Okay, once you've found it, choose the one if you have more than one, but I think you would just have one at this point, and download it. So I'm downloading it too. Installing model. It'll take a minute. We've been hopping back and forth from Edge Impulse and then back to Arduino. As I mentioned, we go to AI models. Whoops, not training model, sorry. Brick configuration. And this is where you see your models, right? So you hit save, you select this one. And basically, when you do brick configuration and select your model, that is telling your code that you're going to use that new model of yours with all the words and everything. Okay? So you go and hit save, and we're good. Now, how to know which one is in use? Why? Because it says in use, right? So the one that says in use is in use. And then we would be ready to hit run, but we're not going to do it just yet. I know, I'm sorry. I know, we want to get to the action, but we have a few extra things to do. But now we're going to get into my realm, into my territory, which is the physical aspect of the product. So, build time. So we have the Arduino UNO Q. We may eventually have to disconnect it, for building the thing. But for now, let's just focus on the hardware part. Okay? Now, as you saw in my slide here, we have 3 kinds of cables. One of them you used already, the USB. Then the other one, quick cable. It's in this bag. And the flat cable, also known as ribbon cable. Okay? Now we're going to connect everything. Now this, you should have also 3 PCBs, right? 3 separate PCBs. We made those custom PCBs for this project, for this workshop. PCB number 1 with the microphone. PCB number 2 with the LEDs. And PCB number 3 with the shield for under the UNO Q. Now, the ribbon cable goes connected to the mic, and it goes with the leads facing up on the PCB. Okay, so you take a look at the PCB, find the connector, and then with the leads facing up, that's how you insert it. You may need to open it with your nails, with your fingers, you know, push it towards you or push it backwards. Insert this. Whoops. And then it should be good. Now,
But now, which way is the board orientated?
the way the connector is. Yes, so find a connector. Boards have 2 sides, I think. One of them does. Do we have a spare kit?
Looks like the conductors are on the board-facing side. Did you say that?
The PCBs.
Looks like the conductors are on the board-facing side. Is that what you said?
Can I borrow this one for a second? Let me borrow it. Okay. All right. So for instance, this is the, oh, fantastic. Could you give this to him? Thank you. All right. Well, we have one here, one kit. Very nice. Oh, I thought you put them in the boxes. Didn't you put them in the boxes? Okay. Okay, so what I meant is boards like this, they have 2 sides, right? Well, the top side for this is the side with the connector on both of them. So this is the top side, okay? Now with the top side, have the leads face up as well. You got this? See? All right. And then once this is all the way, then you push it to secure it. Tuk. Okay? Then, where's the other one? Here it is. Same dynamic. Facing up. Again, we have 2 sides, but we're interested on the side with the connector. Yes. Or not? Now you made me doubt.
Look at the pins. If you look at the pin, it should be the other way.
Look at the pins. I have it upside down? Well, then they bought a different model.
Out.
Well, if you have better eyesight than I do, yeah, it looks like they're down.
It's down.
It's down.
Yeah.
I always use the ones with up, so.
You know what would be better?
I don't
If
know
they
what
were
happened.
double-sided.
Yeah.
How about that?
I would like that, yeah. Okay, so I stand corrected.
Well, we don't know yet until we put it together. You may not stand
true.
corrected. We're going to find out. if they are upside down and we apply the power, are they going to explode?
Not enough to create damage.
Okay,
Just
then we're good.
mild fire.
Then we're fine.
Okay, we have this, and then the other cable is even easier to connect. Now the shield, in some illustrations, I have it like it would be connected next to the USB, but it's actually on the other side, okay? Make sure that you have it here.
Create an Arduino account, is that
Should you power it off before?
Maybe, yes. Why not? Would be the safe thing to do.
to the board? Oh my goodness.
It would be the safe thing to do, yes.
Nice. Here? Hang on for a second. Giovanni, can you go back to your overhead camera one more time? I would just want to see which the orientation of the board was when you plugged in. So you have the logos face. Okay, so then just like that. Yep.
That doesn't match the diagram. Go back to the diagram, it doesn't match. The diagram
Oh,
shows
you're
it over
upside
here.
down.
Yeah, but that diagram, the last diagram you showed it this way. I think he's backwards.
Pero sí está bien, ¿no?
So he has.
He has it there.
Yeah.
That's not what the diagram showed.
Oh man.
Where's the diagram? Is this the... I don't see the diagram. He had it up on the screen.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, guys, Güero here pointed to my attention, and that would be helpful. You can't see it that well with the camera, but there's a number 1 here, and you also have a number 1 here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I see it. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it on the camera, but you can see it there on your boards. So have 1 and 1 match, and then plug them in. Okay? Okay? All right, we only have 10 minutes left.
The one that says you missed.
Yes. They go like this, right? It's made to fit. Cool. Now, I take it that you were taking better care of your unit than I did, and you unplugged it first before you did all this. So assuming that, let's close Arduino App Lab, making sure that you saved everything. Let's close App Lab. Let's make sure that you have your model in use. Okay? And then we're going to plug everything. Okay, does everyone see? Can you guys see this? Look. That's all of our connections. Okay? We're going back. to Arduino UNO Q. Remember, don't run the example. Go to your apps. Go to EchoGlow. And then when you hit run, it'll take a minute to download a few things. But that's when your device should work. So I won't do it. I'll let you guys do it first, see how it works. But you are now free to run your models, run your device, and hopefully it works. Now, at the beginning, or at least for now, I recommend not to put it in the enclosure yet.
Just
Okay?
test it.
Test
first.
it. Otherwise, you're going to be
I see some
dealing
lights
with a
over
lot
here.
of things. So please go ahead and just go directly to test your model once you have done all these steps. There's nothing else for me to show you in that regard. I see a few LEDs turned on. That's exciting. Okay, if you see once you run it, it is going to download a lot of things. But once you see the LEDs on, not only your LEDs are running, so is your AI model. So go ahead and talk to it. Still downloading. Okay, look. We don't have a lot of time for exploring the code. That's something that you can do back home, back at the hotel, anywhere. If you can code, go ahead, code away. If not, just ask your favorite AI to help you with it. But basically, a few quick parameters I can tell you. The light turns on completely white. This is RGB, so it begins at 255. You can change it, and annoy people with a red light. But maybe don't do it just yet, because we would like to take a photo of you guys holding your lamps and all, white. So if you have one like intense red, it's going to look really bad. But you see where I'm going with this. You can change the parameters. Look, cooler light. You can see the RGBs we selected for that. So this is for you to modify. Honestly, I am planning to put one of these in my daughter's room, and whenever she starts, like not wanting to go to sleep and say something, it's going to turn on a red light and annoy her so much. Okay? Cool. Now, assembly time. Okay, so check it out. I'm going to show you how to build your EchoGlow. It's going to be very quick, very easy. First of all, unplug. Once you finish downloading and you make sure everything works. First of all, let's identify the screws. Now, as I said, Phillips screw is the one that matches the hex nut. Okay? And self-tapping is the one that doesn't need a hex nut. Have you identified them? Okay. Let's not look at that, but focus on the text. Number one, fix the mic PCB to the unit first with the ribbon cable in place. So, look, I am not going to put the cables, so it's easier, faster for me, because it's going to take a little while for you to tuck them in around the space. But you can see the mic PCB, how it goes here, and there's a little aperture for the mic. Now you have the self-tapping screw, and I believe some screwdrivers have been distributed. So every table should have one, at least. So what you're going to do is just fix this. There. If you guys are fans of IKEA, you're going to love this. Okay? Well, I didn't fix it too well, but there it is. Good enough. Then, next one. Next one is the Arduino UNO Q. See how the mic PCB is right there in between? Again, we're going to use the self-tapping screws. We only have 3 here. I know the Arduino Uno has 4 holes, but we're only using 3 for the assembly. Oh, by the way, you have to remove the other one to reach that. I'm not going to do it now. Okay, how is it going? Are you guys bad? I heard bad. Who said bad? Raise your hand. It's going bad. Okay, you will get help in a minute. Then we go for the LED board. Now this one, remember I told you this is a night light? So you don't get light directly. You don't get a hot spot. It's more of a diffuse light. So it goes like this. Now, self-tapping screws are great because you don't need to use so much hardware, but they only have a few uses before they, like eat on the plastic and the plastic stops working well. So I would recommend when you use the self-tapping screws, only use them for a few times or remove them a few times. This one, on the other hand, since it's a hex nut, you can use it and remove it as much as you want. Now, for me, the easiest way to do this is simply to get the screw in here and then hold the hex nut with a finger. Whoops. Well, not so easy on camera. Oh, what do you know? I got it. There it is. Nice. Good job, Giovanni. I never had that. Okay. Well, you should have the cables connected there. Just be careful with the ribbon cable. It is going to have a twist here, right? If you do it carefully, it should be fine. And basically with this, we have our lamp ready. Now, there is the USB connector. We're not going to use these for this project. Okay, that's a separate thing. But for now, this is the USB connection. Once you're happy with the result, once you have all the cables in place and everything working, try to tuck those cables in. Maybe if you need some tape, there's tape too. We brought some. Okay, maybe you don't need it. We brought it just in case. And then again, when you are happy with all this, then it's just time to carefully insert the shade. Now you're going to have a few cables there, so don't push it too hard so that you don't break the cables. Essentially, it just slides right in. Now make sure everything snaps in. And there you go. Now, because of the way 3D printed plastic works, and plastics in general, the shade would tend to compress a little bit, okay? And it would just separate from here. It doesn't have any consequence. But we also brought glue. So with just a drop of glue on this side, you add it there, and this will stay in place. And that's it. You have a nice EchoGlow. So who has one ready? Still downloading? Still downloading? Wait, what?
Thanks.
This is really important. One last thing, very quickly. For us to be able to use the microphone PCB, the code tricks your Arduino UNO Q into thinking that this microphone is a USB microphone. Okay? So what's the implication? If you connect a USB microphone to your Arduino UNO Q, it's not going to work. Okay? So if you want, for a separate project, to have a USB microphone, please format the UNO Q. Okay?
And we will have all the files uploaded to Hackaday.io. There'll be a project page which will follow up and make sure to let everybody know where to find that, to be able to access the 3D print files, etc. if your friends want to follow along or anyone else you want to share this with. Before we go, I would love to get a big round of applause for our facilitators today, Gio, Rami, David. Thank you so much to them. Thank you to you all for staying and participating and being engaged for the entire 4 hours. Incredible. We're so happy to be here with you. And thank you to Edge AI Foundation, Edge AI San Diego, and of course our fabulous AV and production team for helping us pull this off and working on 3 mics at once, 4 mics at certain times and all that. So thanks to everyone who made this possible. And we hope to see you again at the next one. Stay tuned for all of what we're doing. Hackaday, Edge AI Foundation, Qualcomm Arduino, Edge Impulse. There's always exciting things coming up and amazing events throughout the rest of the year.